Alright, this weekend I learned about a little email gem, and it goes along with our Gmail, and it's called MixMax. You can get MixMax by going to mixmax.com and install for free. The free one is more than enough for what you are probably going to need, so don't worry about the fact that there is a pricing section. We just need to install for free. There will be some permissions, just the regular Google permissions that you'll have to allow. And then the very first time or whenever you go into your email, it will ask you to activate it just so it can run in the background while you are working. So MixMax is a way to kind of manage your email system. There's a lot to go in with MixMax, and I'm just going to cover some of the ones that I know you guys would probably really like to have just to start out with, and then I'll go into more detail about these in some more series, or if you want to ask some questions about it. So the very first thing you're going to notice about activating MixMax is the fact that whenever you go into your email, there's going to be a few things that look a little bit different. So on my left-hand side toolbar, there is a MixMax section, and then it has some different settings underneath of that, and different folders. There's scheduled emails, which we'll talk a little bit about, snoozed, templates, that kind of thing, and your settings are there. So you can explore MixMax a little bit more on your own if you want to. Just understand there's way more than I'm going to be able to talk about in this Under 5 series. So another thing that you're going to notice also is there's a live feed, and this is the part that I thought was the most beneficial for you guys at this point, is the fact that when we switched out of GroupWise, one thing that we lost was the read receipts. And that means that we can't see when our emails are being read and we don't know that someone has seen them. And this is going to allow you to be able to see that. Next to the emails that I've replied to, or if I go into my sent mail, you're going to see this little lightning bolt icon come up. That means that I've responded to them and that they have read my email. So whenever I put my mouse over it, you're going to see when they read it and how long ago that was. So you're going to see that on your emails now. So you'll be able to see when and what time they read the email. So that's one option that I really liked with this. Another one that you're going to notice is when you go into Compose now, there's a little drop-down arrow. There are some different options. You can just do a plain email. Availability has to do with booking appointments on your calendar. Yes or no and poll and question answer survey. Those are all going to have to do with, you can now send polls out to like your staff or to like parents if teachers are going to send this out. So you can send that out now. You can also just invite someone to an event on your calendar, which we could do that before through Gmail, but this is just a quicker way to get to that. So I'm going to show you what an email setup now is going to look like with this. So this would be, and anytime you can go back to the old Compose, just the regular generic one that you would want. But one thing I want you to see within this, there is an enhanced section, and that's where you're going to see some of these new things that you can do. One thing I want to point out really quick is that I can type an email. So if I put in an email and I don't want this to send immediately, but I know that I'm not going to be away from my desk or that I'm going to forget to send it, there is a send later option. You can choose the defaults that are there, or you can choose a specific time. So that's really handy if you have an email that you need to have go out at a certain time, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to send it, or you just want to make sure that you remember to send it. So that is an option that's there. Another really neat one is this calendar. So I can share my availability. So this is what I'm picturing is for parent-teacher conferences. You can actually have this go out to parents now. It will work with your Google Calendar, and the parent does not have to have Google Calendar for this to work. So the teacher, this will go onto their calendar. I can name this anything that I want to. Right now I'm going to leave it what it is, but I can edit this. It's going to schedule onto this calendar. You can also have it schedule onto any other calendar that you have. If you're doing something where you want parents or teachers to pick something, you might want to deselect that they can modify it. I don't want them to be able to go in and change it. Make sure we're in our time zone. And then I can insert times. Well, I can go up to my time length and I can say that I want to have 15-minute time slots open. And let's say I want to start scheduling times. So you can see it starting to gray out. So I'm going to start scheduling times in. Okay, so I'm going to put that I have an hour availability, and I'm going to insert these times. All right. These times automatically now show up in my email. When I send this to a parent, they are now going to be able to click on that time, and then it's going to schedule them in. So, for example, you're actually going to see an error because I'm doing that on my own. What you will see then is on your calendar, you will actually see that appointment filled, and it will show, and it will take it off of the availability. So if someone else were to get into their email, they can't double book it because that option is selected where you can't double book. So this can be emailed out, and then parents can get that, and they can do their booking through there, which I think that's a really handy tool. You're also going to notice that there are poll questions, so I can send out a question to my staff. I can send out a question to parents and for students. If you have a student organization, like where should we go for dinner, and put your choices, and then you can send it out. So it kind of takes the place of a very simple Google form, is that we can just send that out and get feedback. So these are some things with MixMax. Again, you can go to MixMax.com and you can install it for free and start using this handy tool immediately. Again, you can explore or you can wait, and I will have some things that I'm going to send out about it later. Thanks.